Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Kerbal Space program. In the last episode, we designed and launched and docked up the habitation section for the new interplanetary ship that I've been building for a while now. And then we renamed the ship to the KSS Ballista. So, it is now pretty much a functional ship, ready to operate. It has life support, it has habitation, it has engines, it even has some scientific instruments. It is an operational vehicle. Now, it exactly can't necessarily run a very complicated mission, but, I mean, it should fly. There is actually one thing that it does need. So let me go ahead and actually jump over to it. And then we're actually going to show one other thing. Is that it needs material kits in order to deploy the centrifugal habitat segment. So what I went ahead and did was I set up a small flight to bring up a cargo container that has the needed material kits on it. Dock that up. It's not going to be permanently attached. It's, basically we're going to do the final fitting out, I guess if you could call it that, and bringing all of the functions online. And then I will detach. There it is right here. I will detach that container and dispose of it. Basically, have it re-enter. Now, thing is, this has the material kits that we need. We need 6,500. The lowest I could bring in was 8,000. So we have enough to deploy, but we need 2 crew on board in order for that to actually be able to deploy. So, yeah. We're not going to be able to do that until we have crew ready to go. So, that is where we're at with that. Now, the other thing I went ahead and did off screen is I ran another couple of science missions, one to Minmus, one to the moon, to hit a couple of biomes that I hadn't done to this point. And so I got a whole bunch more science and unlocked some more tech, which we'll show in a moment. But there is one other thing that I did off screen as well, and that is... Actually, I need to do something here. Because for some reason this didn't take. Then renaming took, but the reclassification of this as a ship instead of a station did not. There we go. So now we should have the right icon. Yes. Okay. Now we also have over here... Where is it? Where are you? Did I not? Dispose of this? Alright, well, I'll show this in a second. You can probably already tell what it is that I did. I built the second one. I built the second one of the same class of ship. So it actually is now a class of ship. I just need to dispose of this piece of debris. Alright, so here we are. Again, all the exact same components, exact same configuration. Even brought up a box of material kits ready to go. And this is now the, and it's still classified as a station, the KSS Arbalest. So there we are. So now we have 2 of them that can be used for missions. So, in that case, what is the next thing that we need to do? Well, the initial plan is to head to Joule. That's what the ballista is going to do. And I think that the Arbalest is going to either head for Duna again or for Eve. Because we've done a flyby of Eve with a manned vessel, but we have not attempted to land anything there. So that is something we can do. So let's look at our plots. Eve, we have a transfer window coming up here. Year 16, day 272. And our Joule transfer is year 16, day 337. So there's a bit of a time between those two. And a Duna transfer window of year 16, day 202. But actually, the Delta V requirements to get there are not bad even right now. So we could actually leave anytime we want if we wanted to go to Duna. Total Delta V, 1600. Oh yeah, we got that easy, right? We got that easy. You know, even if we were to do it here with a total Delta V of like 2500, right, for, you know, ejection and, you know, ejection from Kerbin and an insertion at Duna, that wouldn't be bad. I mean, we've got, you know, something like 15,000 meters per second of Delta V. We have more than enough. We could bring a ton of equipment, literally, with us. So that may be what we do. So what I've done with the extra science that I got is I went ahead and I unlocked our aerodynamic technologies here because we were working a bit on that. So I've got, you know, supersonic flight, we've got high altitude flight, we've got hypersonic flight, which gets us our toroidal aerospikes, whiplash, turbo ramjets, all kinds of stuff here. And then our aerospace tech, which gets us our Sabre engine, I think, which is a thrust vectoring VTOL engine. Radially mountable Sabre engine. And then we have the J7 Rapier, which I believe this is a dual mode, designed to fill a gap in the design requirements for a sustainable single-stage to orbit aircraft. This engine combines the best of the rocket and air-breathing thrust technology. So it has dual modes. One is air-breathing, one is basically a rocket, an air-breathing jet, and one is a rocket. So that is really what we want if we want a single stage to orbit in an oxygen atmosphere. So I need a system for getting crew a reusable system for getting crew from Kerbin to our interplanetary vehicles and to the Kerbal 1 station, which I'm going to be making some modifications to the Kerbal 1 station. Probably, again, off-screen mostly. Because it's not really going to be anything that significant. I'm thinking I'm going to remove the hull of the old longbow vehicle from that station, and go park that in some sort of, just parking orbit around the moon somewhere. And then, just to try to reduce the amount of kind of frame rate lag we get over there, so we can just kind of cut the part count down. Maybe bring up a few more fuel tanks for lithium, because we're probably going to need that if we want to refuel these big vehicles that I'm building now. So alright, so what I'm thinking is trying to develop a single-staged orbit spaceplane, which I don't think I've ever done before, so I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. With that, but, let's give it a go, I guess. So I have tons of aircraft parts now. It's going to need a relatively large crew capacity, or at least passenger capacity. So we're going to need to be able to carry at least 4 passengers in addition to the actual crew of the vehicle. So what options do I have there? Oops, just scratched my mic. Hopefully that didn't come across too loudly. Now we have these cylindrical crew tubes. But these are just tubes, right? They're not actually holding any habitable space. It's just a way of transferring from one habitable area to another. So, again, that's just a tube. It's Alright, I think we're looking for utility, right? Utility might be what I'm looking for. No, that's mining. I might have to go by cross-section profile, like Mark IIs. Like, what do we have here for Mark IIs? Like, there's a Mark II cockpit. Okay. Very nice. Kind of what we're looking for. Do I have a crew cabin? I do, in fact, have a crew cabin that holds a crew capacity of 4. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. So, multi-fuel generator, Mark II adapter. So that adapts a 1.25 meter to Mark II, or back again if you flip it around. Okay. Monopropellant fuselage, no. We're gonna need LFO, right? Rocket fuel fuselage. liquid fuel and oxidizer. And we're going to need some more just liquid fuel. Okay, liquid fuel. And then, I mean, how big is this Rapier engine? I mean, okay, that fits there. All right, so what I would need is our adapter, right? Okay. And then we would throw our Rapier engine on the end. Okay. We get 11,599 meters per second of delta V. That would do. Okay. And now we just need to make it a functional aircraft. All right. Well, where is our center of mass? Center of mass is there. That's awfully far back. That is awfully far back. What if I were to rearrange this with the liquid fuel in front? Because I don't know if the liquid fuel is actually heavier or more massive than the oxidizer. Because we need our center of lift behind the center of mass. And we also need to make sure that as the tanks drain, the center of mass does not drift backwards too much. Because what they say is, a nose-heavy plane flies poorly. A tail-heavy plane flies once. So, yeah. That is something we need to worry about. I need something a bit heavier than that. Propeller blades. Oh, really? Okay. Procedural nose cone. Oh, yeah, we're gonna need air intakes. Ramp intakes. Okay, that will be interesting. If we were to, you know, slide those kind of back there. Let's see, intake air, amount 0.5, amount 2. Those are canards. I don't know if I would definitely need or want canards. Now I could do kind of a multi-part. These wings definitely do not feel large enough. I'm gonna try and go with like a delta wing. Oh, what I should probably have is the center lift aerodynamic overlay there. Center of thrust. Yeah, that doesn't work right now. So see, now that would get the center of lift back where it would need to be. At least on takeoff, anyway. Now, we need some sort of vertical stabilizer, at least I think we do. Again, actually, designing rockets is easy. Designing planes, that's tricky. Let's see. Diverterless supersonic intake. Shock cone. Optimized for supersonic flight. Optimized for subsonic flight. Okay, so yeah. Combining those two would be good, because then in subsonic environments this would be good, and then in supersonic environments these would be good. And then I guess we go really simple. We did that. We would also move the center of lift back a little bit, and we get some vertical stabilization. Alright. Okay. Okay. Now, do I have, like, a reaction wheel component? Bicoupler. Cargo bay, docking port. You know, it will need a docking port. Alright, well, and if this is going to be in space, it's also going to need monopropellant. So we are going to need a monopropellant component. Let's see, if I were to slide at there. We would need to move the lifting surfaces back just a little bit. Okay. And we're going to need some RCS, of course. We need RCS. Now, the question becomes, where do I actually put the RCS? Those are far too large. It would need to be an aerodynamic RCS block. And these are just way too big. I have no idea what that is. So I'm thinking the only real aerodynamic RCS we have are these things. Which maybe I'll put them back here. Put a set there. And then we'll put a couple back here. And there, and hope that that'll work. Okay. And then for wheels, we'll need some landing gear, obviously. Medium landing gear, is that what I'm looking for? Now you I do want kind of on the grid there. What does it look like when it's retracted? It's not terrible. What does this look like? Oh no, that is absolutely not what I need right there. Small landing gear. Now, the landing gear needs to be long enough. Yeah, the front ones being small should be fine. And then the medium gears, we would probably want to put back here on the wings. And actually, I probably want to rotate them around. Do I want to rotate them around like that? So I think they look better retracted like that. yeah, that actually looks like it would work. Alright, so center lift is behind the center of mass. I think this will work. I think it'll work. I could design a safety system into here. I could try to design a safety system into here. But I don't think I have any kind of decoupler that will decouple Mark II. Well, whoever's gonna fly the thing is in for a ride. Alright, I don't want to put two Kerbals in here, and I don't necessarily want to put Jebediah through that. So, we'll go find Haven Kerman. You're a pilot. You're gonna be our test pilot. Oh boy. I think this thing is gonna kill Kerbals. Alright, let's give her a whirl. This is the SSTO Mark 1. SSTO Mark 1. Save it. Let's go put it on the runway. Because if this type of design works, then I want to bring one along as a kind of lander for Lathe, I think it is. Alright, get rid of that. Okay, so let's actually turn Stability Assist on. Let's give it some throttle. Actually, I did not... What mode are we in? We're in air breathing mode. If this actually works, I'll need a key to switch it to rocket mode. Here we go. Full throttle. Uh-oh, I don't have any, There's a rather sizable oversight here. Hit the brakes. I think that might be worth a revert. Because I made a serious error. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a very rare revert because I made a massive mistake. I didn't put any control surfaces on it. So Yeah, it can't fly if you don't do that. There we go. Now this is gonna have some trouble with yaw, I think. You guys don't do anything with yaw. Yaw. You guys are gonna have to do everything. Okay. There we go. Override it. And put Haven back in there. This is a reset. Now, if we crash and the Kerbal dies, then so be it. Yeah, because as I was running down the runway, I'm like, wait a minute, why can't I pitch up? Why can't I pitch up? Oh, I don't have any control surfaces that would be able to do that. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Let's give her a go again. Now we have some control surfaces. I mean, these can, in theory, do that, but it's not enough. Come on, pitch up. Pitch up. Alright, let's see how stable is it without the stability assist on. It's not bad. What's our thrust to weight? 0.5? With stability assist on, it's rock solid. Engine performance. Air breathing. Let's see, what pitch can we kind of be at and still accelerate? That. Let's see. Requirement met 100%. Alright, well. Let's see if we can bring this beast into land. So I wonder if something will work here. No, that's not set up. Okay. I was wondering if I could use like my gamepad and its analog sticks to provide any control. I'd have to set it up. Once it's stall speed. I don't know. It is performing. It is performing pretty well, all told, for slapping it together without hardly knowing what I'm doing. I mean, I know some basic principles, but all right. Air brakes might be a thing I want to invest in. Alright, let's get those gear down. Flying is easy. Landing, that's where things can get. And we're already at like 130 meters per second. Oof, I don't know how long this runway is. Is it long enough? I don't think this is going to work. Alright. It can definitely fly at 80 meters per second. It has some power. Also does help when you have a thrust vectoring engine. Alright, so the Space Center should be that direction. Let's actually flip modes for a moment, and let's see how it performs in closed cycle mode. We get a little bit more thrust to weight out of that, 0.8. But now we're burning through oxidizer. What is being limited here? Is this? There we go. Okay. Alright. Switch it back to air breathing. We do need to start slowing down. does seem to want to drop its nose a bit. Alright, let's get that gear down. And it doesn't have a ton of yaw control, but it has some. Alright, we got throttle back up. Throttle back up. Alright, we're lined up pretty well. Keep the nose up. Yeah, I really need like a proper set of analog sticks. Oh well, let's just see if I can put her down on the grass. Alright. Cut the engines. Alright, we're dropping in. Hard landing, but we're down. Alright, brakes. You know, I think it'll work. Let's recover the vessel. I think it'll work. Now, I'm definitely going to want to do a full, lift off to orbit, return, and land before I'm willing to throw any type of passengers on there. Now, the one thing is that a single one of these engines, might want to make some modifications here. Let's see. If I were to use this, and we were to throw 2 of those engines on, afterburning turbofans, turbo ramjets, aerospike. No. And then for vertical, now, do these guys actually... Yeah, they actually rotate. They're control surfaces. For roll, we definitely don't need. We don't need them for pitch. See if they work better. Now, we need to take a look at center of mass, center of lift. Ooh, that's... Need to move these guys a little bit further back again. Now, the thought would be, would we want to put some canards on the nose? Maybe. Are these guys control surfaces? They are. Yaw, roll yes, pitch yes. Okay. That might give me a little bit better control authority. Now, intakes. Intakes. Are these still what I want? Well, these are like if we have in the cells, right? We're not using the celled engines. Let's see, if I were to put these... these guys back here... No, I think the previous configuration is probably still the best. And hopefully that still does provide enough intake air. Alright, so this is going to be the Mark II. And Haven Kerman is... You've served your time. Alright, let's get, I guess we'll get Jeb. Well, no guts, no glory, I guess. Let's go ahead and put it on the pad, or on the runway. And let's see what she does. Oh, actually, one thing I need to do before we do that. Again, forgot to do. Alright, so, revert it back to basically the same thing as recovering. Just takes me straight to the Spaceplane hangar. I just need to set up an action group. Let's see, how do I want to do the action groups? I guess 5. Switch mode. Okay. That'll do. That's all. Save. Launch. need that. Alright. Maximum thrust, stabilized, and fired up. Can we actually lift? Yeah, there we go. Still accelerating. We actually have a thrust to weight ratio of 1.3. Means I could stand this. I could stand this guy on its tail and turn it into a rocket. Two of these engines. Now the thing is, we're going to start losing thrust as we climb. I'm going to try and achieve orbit, and let's see if we can do that. Doing pretty well. Probably bring us into a steeper climb a little bit. Thrust to weight is starting to drop. As we are climbing higher and higher. Alright, I'm going to switch modes. We are burning through the oxidizer pretty fast. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, yeah, I don't think this thing has enough fuel to make that happen. Alright, so we'll kill the engines and let us come back. I'll try and keep my nose up. Trying to help slow us down. Let's see, air is just way too thin up here. Another thing is we're burning through electric charge. Trying to see if I can turn towards that island. Surface. There we go. That's actually where we want to be now. Oh, I thought that these engines would have had alternators on them. Doesn't look like they do, though. Alright, there's another thing we're going to have to make consideration for. Is some method of storing or generating electric charge. I think we'll make the island, and it should have enough room for us to land. Go into a bit of a coast phase here. Or glide phase. I have some ideas about some modifications that I can make here. And we'll see if they help. You just need some more fuel. And, yeah, we're going to need some sort of electrical generation and some batteries. Let's throttle up a little bit. Actually, no. Keep the throttle down. And also, maybe some sort of air braking system would also be good. Now, putting down my gear at this speed would probably really not be a great idea. Alright. Switch that to distance to ground instead of distance to sea level. Ooh, this is a lot less even terrain. This is going to be interesting, I think, is the word. Alright, continue to bring us down nice and slow. Nice and slow. No, oh. There we go. We're down. We're down. Brakes. Brakes. Because this is far too rough terrain to be moving at this speed. And there we are. Down safe. Relatively. Turn the brakes on. There we go. Alright. So, I think the overall concept of the design is good. It's just working it through a few more iterations. Alright, let's go ahead and recover the vessel. I'm thinking drop tanks. I'm thinking drop tanks. So, this liquid tank, we drop that off. We switch that out for rocket fuel, more rocket fuel. Okay. Now, in closed cycle, it says we have 1,300 meters per second of delta V. That's not enough to achieve orbit. Now, if I were to, say, throw like some actual couplers here. Would this be better? Yes, that would be better. Throw on some, like, hard points. Right? And then for some fuel tanks, what would we use? See, now we would need to enable crossfeed on those, right? So that fuel can flow through them. And we'll go with the procedural tank, why not? Because those are some... we might not want them that wide. Drop the diameter down to a meter? No, probably, you know, 0.75 meters. Increase length. It's like 3 meters. Tank type. Just liquid fuel. Texture would be... I don't know. Maybe that's steel. Procedural liquid tank cone. Why wouldn't it be mounting there correctly? Smooth cone. Bottom's 0.75 meters. Oh, I almost had it. I think that there is... there we go. There should be a key that you can hold down. Let's just go with gray side. That's fine. Oh, hold on. Make sure that these are configured as just liquid fuel. There we are. Now, supposedly we enable crossfeed, right? Well, that doesn't seem to be working. So, what I'm probably going to need to do is throw on a fuel line. From there to there. Now, why isn't that... adjusting? Oh, because they weren't in the right order. Alright, so what if I took that off? And what if I enabled crossfeed? There we go. That's a lot cleaner look. Now, I actually might still go ahead and throw the fuel line on there. Because what that should do is actually force these drop tanks to drain first. And then that go. And now I have neglected to... we're still okay. I think we're still okay. And I think I also proved that even at low fuel levels, it's still stable. Okay, so that sorted that out. As far as electric charge goes... throw some batteries on here. Okay. And some solar panels. Hopefully they don't cause a problem. I don't think they will. I don't know if they'll provide enough power, but it will be something. What do these things look like? I see. Do we have... oh my. Yeah, we're getting kind of long here. But do we have an air brake of any kind? Air brakes. Well, how about that? There's some air brakes. Now, is it an actual action group? Oh yeah, if we hit the brake button, it'll throw out the air brakes too. Okay, so I guess we're gonna call this the Mark III and save. But I don't know if I have enough time to test fly it. I mean, maybe a quick test flight just to make sure that it's stable and that our system here actually works. And that we don't, cause any other problems. Alright, just a quick test flight. And then we'll probably call it a day. And then I might run some more tests and other iterations, practice with a little bit more off screen. See if I can actually get this thing to get to orbit. Why does that keep turning on? No. Off. Okay. Engines on. I'm gonna look at my fuel balancer for liquid fuel. Why is it saying it's got nothing in it? It's got stuff in it. Alright, so these are the fuselage. I'd rather those not drain. Apparently this thing has fuel in it? It does. Oh, interesting. Alright. And we are draining out of the procedural tanks first. Only one of these says it's empty. It's goofy. Ooh. Whoa. Stability assist needs to be on. There we go. Definitely has a lot of control authority, which is good, which is really good, especially in pitch. Pretty decent control authority in roll. Yaw's not bad either. But again, these are then thrust vectored engines, so starting to go through the supersonic regime. Let's stand it on its tail and see where it goes. Oh, now we're slowing down. This was supposed to be a quick test flight. Then. Now what I should be able to do here is say when these guys are empty, is just drop those tanks away, lose that mass. going steep and fast. So... yeah, air brakes. Gotta get the nose up. Can I put it down on the runway? Can I get it down on the runway? Ooh, I'm sliding all over the place. Brakes, brakes, brakes. Brakes. Not exactly the smoothest landing, but, you know, a landing. Alright, so I think that works fairly well. And we have electric charge. We're good. Now it's just going to be a matter of me practicing trying to get this thing into orbit. Alright, so I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and end the episode here for today. Something a little different. I'd like to get this working. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.